Hello subscribers and visitors, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to take you through under cabinet lighting, not only the installation process, but also how to choose the right lights for your cabinets. I did at least 2 months worth of research. There was a lot of work going into deciding what to purchase here and what to install in this kitchen, and I'm going to teach you all about that and again show you how to install them. So stay with me through the entire video and you'll learn everything you need to know about under cabinet lighting. So in searching for lighting for this kitchen remodel, I think under cabinet lighting was the most difficult thing for me personally to research. There are so many different options, and the problem is you can't go to a store often and see what they look like. A lot of it is ordering online. A lot of misinformation and conflicting information out there. And the other thing is when you talk about wiring these things into underneath of your cabinets, sometimes the decision you make is permanent because of the wire you choose. You know, some wires, for example, if you're using tape lighting, which I looked into, you might need to run a special wire for those lights that are different than the type of wire you would run for this. So it took a lot, and then I was reading about color temperature and the various different effects of those different temperatures. So, these lights that I finally decided on come in different lengths. This is a 32 inch length that'll fit under this larger cabinet here. I bought a couple 24s and a couple of 8-inch sizes that'll fit behind the smaller ones. Okay, so that way I've got light underneath everything. The other thing that I liked about this is that we've got 3 color temperatures here. We've got the 2700, the 3000, and the 4000. The light fixtures that I've got in the ceiling right now are 3500. So, depending on what mood I want, I might want to keep the 35s and maybe go with a warmer 2700 underneath. The great news is that these lights give me that opportunity to switch them with these switches and also dim them. In addition to the dimming capability here, I can also, which I will do, is put a dimmer on the wall, the switch that controls these, so that way I can dim it even farther. So with regards to installation, these happen to offer you the ability to plug right in and then get these jumper wires to go from the end here to the next one, or we can do what I'm going to do, which is hardwire them here with these knockouts. Okay, so the light fixture is opened up just with this panel here and 2 screws that you saw me remove. And after you take the knockout panel here, and it gives you the option to do it in multiple spots, you run the wire through. Just run the wires through this strain relief clamp, which gets affixed inside here. Okay, and you just tighten it down with this nut. The wires come through, and couldn't be any simpler. You strip the wires a 1/2 inch back, and all you do is poke them through in these holes here. Similar to what you may have seen on my recessed lighting video. Very similar. Couldn't be any easier. You pop it in there and you're done. Now if you were then going, which we're going to do in a couple of the cabinets from here to the next one, so if I'm running my black wire in and then I need to then run another black wire to the next fixture, you'll just run your black wire in and then your black wire out, and you move on then and seal it up and you're done. It couldn't be any easier than that. Then they just provide 2 screws that you would use to run through here and mount to the underside of the cabinet, and you're going to watch me do that too. So what I did was I just plugged in the fixture into an extension cord, and I want you to see these different settings that I was talking about, the different light settings. So this lever here will change between temperatures, 2700, 3000, and then 4000. and this button here just keeps it off, and then you have a normal setting, and then you have a bright setting to the right. So we're going to put this on the 2700 first, on the normal setting, and you can see the type of light we have here, and then I'm going to step it up to the 3000, and hopefully you can see that difference in light, color, and temperature. And then the 4000 gets colder and bluer. So you went from the more yellow, warm down here, and this is the bright setting in that of the 2700, okay? And then up to the 3000, and then the 4000. So then when you have, I'm going to turn this off now for a moment. So when you have countertops like this, where you've got some grays and maybe blues and other colors running through here, the light settings might matter to you. You might want to change it up, which is why it's great to have these options. So that's why I went with these particular lights. I looked at the tape lights. I wanted something that gave me a little bit more variation. Also, most of the tape lights didn't come in these Kelvin temperatures. So the Kelvin temperatures are more important for the kitchen, whereas a lot of those tape lights with all the different color options with a remote control, 40 different colors, those are more colors that you'd want maybe on a Christmas tree, not necessarily in your kitchen. So again, that's why I decided to go with these. If you're interested in these, you can look at the description below and see where you can get them. So back to the wiring. What we did was we had, I did not want to go around and flip switches at all of the fixtures. I wanted it centrally controlled. So these wires coming out of this box here are going to go to, one of them is going to a junction box that I've got up on the top here of this cabinet, and another one's going over the ceiling and down into that junction box you can see up there. So that one will just come down and power the light fixture that'll be under this microwave cabinet. And that junction box, the wires are going down underneath here. Those wires you see going across are going to be hidden by the crown molding, and then down into those cabinets there. Okay, so running the wires into the cabinets, you have options. We could have, for example, if we could figure it out, pop the wires out through the wall here, and knowing exactly where we'd be, drill a hole here and come right out this way. What I decided to do instead was just run the cabinets down, the wires down through the cabinets, and they're coming in this way along the back, and I'm going to hide them with some clips behind here, and you won't see them. I preferred the front for hiding purposes versus the back, so that way if you open the cabinet, you're not seeing a wire coming down. This will just be hidden back here, and you'll never see it once I'm done tightening it up. Here, we're going to run the fixture in the center of the cabinets. We did some testing here as far as how the light is displayed from in the front versus the back versus the middle. In the dark, when we put the light to the back, it was shining too much here on the wall, and we felt that it would be illuminating the backsplash just a little bit too much, and most of the light was back this way, and we wanted to have more of the light coming forward. So we tried it in all three positions and decided centrally located in the center of the cabinet would be best. Before we go any farther, we're going to strip the wires. It says to only strip them about 1/2 inch. And here it couldn't be any simpler. We've got the black going into the black wire, the white to the white, and then the ground into the green. Okay, so now it's tightened down, and even if I pull on this wire, it's not going to pull these, which is what we want. So really the next step is to put the cover back and then install it underneath the cabinet. So now it's time to install this up underneath, and I really need two hands, 4 hands or 3, definitely more than 2 to do that, because I need to hold it in place and then also put the screw through. So I don't have anybody here to help me. I just took this old bucket from the garage. Yeah, I wrapped it in plastic so I'm not messing up the new granite that was put in. This is the perfect height where I can slide it under, put the light fixture on it, and it's going to hold it in place right at the right spot. Okay, it's up there, it's solid. Pull the bucket out. I'm going to take the tape that I use for markings off, both sides. So now you see the wires just, kind of hanging out here. I plan on fastening it up against the cabinet using these little quick clips. It's double adhesive, or you just peel and stick. So what I'll do is I'll put a couple of them on the wire to begin with, and once I have them in the general spot that I want, I'll peel the tape back and then I'll stick it on there. Then I'm going to move on to the next group of cabinets. You don't have to watch me do the same thing on each of those, but when I'm all finished, we will turn them on so you can see what they look like. The project is completed now. You can see what the under cabinet lights look like on their own. This is the dim setting and the temperature is 3000. I'm going to show you what it looks like with the rest of the lights now tied in. We have the pendant light on now, as well as the range hood lights over the stove. We carefully chose the temperatures of those lights too, so that way it all blends together well. And now I'm going to show you what the kitchen looks like with all the lights on. And now you can see how well it all works together. The lighting was extremely important. Take your time making that decision. Leave me all the questions that you need down below. I'll answer them for you right away. And again, the links to the lights that I used are down below in the description. Hopefully this helps you. If it did, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon and look for the next video. Thank you and have a great day.